Hi, today we're going to look at what I call the 7 greatest strategies for business success. Now, there really are a lot of different strategies for business success. I think we've seen things like the blue ocean model and the business model strategy. There's been the SWOT strategy, which is one of the most popular of all. And every one of these strategies has some unique way of looking at your business. The problem is that each of them looks at the business from sort of a single one-dimensional perspective, and together there's really more dimensions than they address. It's a little bit like the story of the 5 wise men and the elephant. Each one saw a different part of the elephant, gave a very unique perspective. But in order to see your business from a holistic perspective or a 360-degree perspective, you really need to look at it from, well, these 7 dimensions that I'm going to talk about in this presentation. The first strategic perspective is simply looking at your competition. One of the most famous strategists of all time, a Chinese man named Sun Tzu, writing in about 500 BC, said, if you understand yourself, you win half your battles. If you understand your competition, you win half your battles. But if you understand yourself and your competition, you win all your battles. Now, I've broken this strategy down into 3 areas: cost versus quality, cost versus differentiation, looking at what you do versus what your competitors do in terms of different products. First one, of course, is looking at the quality of vendors. And the third one is looking at your competition in terms of not just local competition, but global competition. The second strategic perspective is development. I've given a couple of examples here, but basically development is concerned with not just bigger, but better. It's things like people and looking at the people, looking at the quality of your workforce. That's where human resource management comes in. Things like talent management, the kind of rewards and recognitions you give to your people, and also process management. Dr. Edward Deming, who I worked with back in the 80s, while I was at Process Management International, used to say that we manage a process, and that people manage themselves, but we manage the processes. And that if we're not managing the processes, then we're not focusing on the right thing. So the second, again, perspective that we need to look at is the development perspective. I should mention that in all of these slides I'm going to go through, there's some other slides in between. I'm sort of skipping some of the details of these slides just to cover the essential 7 strategies. Keep this relatively short because none of us like to look at anything that's too long nowadays. And without a lot of fancy animation, I'm afraid that it probably would put you to sleep. But anyway, the third strategic perspective is growth. Growth is, of course, important. And when businesses start, they start up by growing through word of mouth. Eventually, if they make enough revenue, they get into, we actually allocate a portion of their sales or profits to marketing planning. And then we see the third stage of growth with a lot of companies is IPOs, initial public offerings, where a company goes out to raise money and capital so that they can expand their offerings. And then the fourth one, in fact, it's in that kind of the final stage of growth. That's where companies start gobbling up the smaller companies, gobbling up the companies that can offer more innovation, creativity, because the companies have a habit of becoming, pattern of becoming very stagnant when they reach the mega stage or the conglomerate stage. It seems that at that point they begin to lose a lot of the creativity that initially drove them. Fourth strategic perspective is position. And this is, I consider this, what do we sell, why do we sell, and where do we sell it? The traditional marketing matrix was product, price, place, and promotion. What is your price for your products? Who's your target market? What products or services do you offer? What are you doing to promote them? And where do you plan on selling them? This is still a very important perspective, and it's one that organizations need to, of course, address. The fifth strategic perspective is the improvement perspective. Basically, how do we get better, not just bigger, and how do we improve our processes? How do we achieve that triumphant of better, faster, cheaper? There have been a lot of strategies, specific strategies to address this, things like total quality management, lean manufacturing, Six Sigma. Now we hear a lot about big data. Kaizen is still a phrase that's commonly used. And working with Dr. Deming, Dr. Deming used to always talk about the Americans have a propensity to want to hit a home run and go for things like the big improvements. And Dr. Deming said that one of the things he taught the Japanese was that improvement was gradual. It was a steady but gradual, and that it was hitting the base, getting to first base, consistently getting to first base. You get to first base, you get to first to second base, they go to third base, and you get your home runs in. You get your runs in. But we still don't seem to appreciate that in this country. I hear a lot of talk about continuous improvement, but in reality, it's what I call continual improvement. Companies improve, and then they get complacent, and then they decide to try to improve some more, and they get complacent. I've worked with 32 companies. I've seen very few companies that actually have a process that's ingrained, and not just a process ingrained in their systems, but ingrained in the corporate mentality of continuing, not continuous, not continually, but continuous improvement, where you never stop improving. You keep going, and it's the PDCA cycle that Dr. Deming used to talk about. You plan, you do, you check, you adjust. You plan, you do, you check, you adjust. Act, some people would say. Later on, Deming used to talk about plan, do, study, and adjust. Now, number 5, I talked about how we get better, but number 6, I'm going to go now here where we can swing for the home run. How do we be the best? How can we achieve excellence? How can we stand out? It's not just about being better, it's being the best. And lots of companies have vision statements where they say they're going to do something, and it's sort of becomes sort of a standard that sounds like everybody else. We're going to be the best of this. We're going to be the best of this. But to take this seriously is to really strive for excellence in everything you do. It's to strive for product or service excellence. It's to strive for process excellence, and it's to strive for customer service excellence. Some people say you have to pick one of those, that you can't be excellent in all areas. But Dr. Deming has shown through some of the models that he used in Japan, that companies like Toyota or Honda have managed to achieve world-class standards in all of these areas. And if American companies want to give up an area, they're really giving up not just an area, but they're giving up a potential for sales, and they're giving up the first place in the industry and saying that they can never be first place. And I don't think any industry, any company can afford to neglect the fact that they should strive. You should always strive to be the best that you can be. And the last perspective is a planning perspective itself. We talked about 6 strategies here. Well, there's looking at your planning system. In the past, we've heard of things like quotient planning, opportunistic planning. Some people talk about planning as emergent versus opportunistic, where the opportunistic is where you take the day-to-day opportunities to get ahead. And other people think about it, and that's sort of like, I like to think of that as kind of like a poker game where you're playing the hand you got, and you have to do the best you can with what you got. And then there's the predictive system. That's sort of more like a chess model. I used to use this in my classroom. We had a chess set and a poker game. Some students would play poker, and some would play chess, and then we get together and we discuss the differences in perspective from thinking like a poker player, which many people have accused America of having a poker playing mentality, and brinksmanship, versus a chess mentality, which is something that we've always thought the Russians had. So we've managed to become world class ourselves in the chess area. But chess is, of course, looks ahead, and most people think of chess as a system of planning or thinking, which looks at many moves ahead. But in reality, we need a system, sort of a meta system, that looks at the planning system itself. And the planning system itself can be broken down into both short-term planning and long-term planning. So we also have to match resources with opportunities in the planning system. And many companies that I've worked with have a propensity to want to come up with a grandiose plan that they don't have the resources or the people to implement. You have to have a planning system that can match your resources and people that can do the work. So that's it. If you'd like to know more about how I could help you, I like to say I'm using this anagram. If you want more profits, more efficiency in your operation, if you want more results, you want a better long-term strategy, you want more innovation, and you want more satisfied customers, you want more opportunities for your organization, then please call me at 612-310-3803, and we can discuss how I can help you. It's putting the future of your organization into action by creating the kind of plan that will continue to help you be successful. I'd love to help you do that. So thank you very much. And have a great day.